Hello everyone. I'm going to show the backend code. I'll walk you through the full code so that we can get a better understanding. So I've used Spring Boot 3 and Java 17 PostgreSQL to build this. So it has a layered architecture, controller, service, repository, and entity layers with a separate security layer with JWT authentication. Uh, and then let me start with the entity layer. Uh, let's go to users. In users, these classes map directly to Postgres tables. The user entity has 6 fields. As you can see, it has ID with auto increment and full name, email, monthly income, credit score, password. And also created the time that we need. And the entity here, the entity tells Spring this class is a database table. Uh, and then the table name is users, says the actual table name in PostgreSQL as users. And then the data from Lombok automatically generates all getters and setters to string methods, so we don't need to write any boilerplate code. And then we have what do we have? Um, that is all for this one. Let's go to the loan file. In loan, here it follows many to one relationship with the users. One user can have many loans, but only one user can apply. This follows many to one. Here we have the ID and also many to one, user ID, requested amount, term, months, interest rate, EMI amount, and also the status enum type string. It has rejected, approved, those are the enum. And then that is all. Let's go to loan status. Here we have the enum with the 4 values: pending, approved, rejected, and dispersed. So that is all for the entity. Let us move to the repository. Here we can start with the user repository. In user repository, we can get save, find by ID, find all, delete without writing any SQL query. So the only custom method we have here is find by email. Find my email. It generates the SQL query just from the method name, and here this is useful to get find by email. Loan. Let's move on to loan repository. Find by user ID. This helps us for the dashboard to get all the loans when one user has applied to, and also find by status. Let's go to the service layer where we have all the business logic. This is first of all, let us start with is eligible. We have 3 rules if for the eligibility engine. First one is credit score must be 650 and above. and monthly income must be at least 3,000, and loan amount cannot exceed 10 times monthly income. So these, if any rules fails, we return false and then loan gets rejected, or else returns true. And then calculate AMI. Uh, if you need to calculate the EMI, I have used the normal formula, standard banking formula. So this is how we do it. And then third, apply for loan. It fetches the user from the database, creates a new loan object, and calls is eligible if to check if they qualify. If yes, it calculates EMI and then sets the status to approved. If not, it just gives you rejected, and then saves the loan to the database. Here go loan repository, it saves the loan, and then that's it. Get all the loans for a user. This is get loans by user by using user ID. And then let's go to controller layer. This is where our APIs, 7 APIs are there. So starting with the auth control, handles two endpoints, API auth / register and then login. Register, we have to register, user have to register, set password and then saves the user using the post mapping. Then request body, and then login takes email and password, finds the user by email and verifies the password using bcrypts matches method. If it is correct, generates a JWT token and returns it, or else it gives 401 status, invalid credentials. Okay, this is our auth, register and login. Let's go to user controller. In user controller, it handles user data endpoints. So the most important one for the front end is get by email. So React calls this right after login to get the user ID, which is needed when applying the loan, so it can save everything. And yeah, that is all for the user controller. And then loan controller, we have the apply endpoint, takes the three requests, user ID, amount and months, and delegates everything to the loan service and then just returns the result. Get by user endpoint fetches all the loans for the user. This is for the dashboard loan history. And then that is all for the controller. We have gone through everything. Let's move on to security. JWT util. Here it generates token, using the password and then matches. JWT filter. It checks the authorization header for a barrier token. If found it validates the token using JWT util, or it will block if it is not valid. And then config. This is where we define the security rules. Sessions are stateless, meaning we do not store any session on the server. Every request must prove itself with a token or else it is invalid. And then application properties. This is where we set the Postgres connection. You can see the URL and everything, admins, server port, true, update. And that is all. Total we have 7 REST endpoints across 3 controllers. And then business, service layer, entity repo, and security. That is all for this video. Thank you for watching. I'll be back with the front end demo.